News coming down on Saturday that on Friday, Knicks forward Julius Randle underwent successful arthroscopic surgery on his left ankle. The Knicks star is expected to be back for training camp in September. But does this have any impact on New York's offseason? Let's discuss. One of the co-hosts of the Nick of Time show with my guy, Lee Escobedo, who joins me now. Lee, how's it going?
What's up, Dexter? Glad to be back, man, representing for the Time Show. We got some big things planned for the summer. The takeover's coming, baby. Let's go.
All right, there we go. Shout out to the Time Show, always doing a great job with the Knicks content. Lee, we knew that Randle's ankle injury towards the end of the regular season and his re-aggravation of it in the playoffs cost him to miss 5 games in the regular season and 2.5 playoff contests. He never used it as an excuse, but do you think the fact that he got surgery now adds context to why he displayed limited effectiveness during the 2023 playoffs?
I'm going to argue on a concept that runs counter to Knicks Twitter. Nuance. Watching Randle, he was obviously hobbled by that ankle, but let's go back in time for a moment. In 2013, Carmelo Anthony played with a torn rotator cuff and still averaged 28, 9, and 7 in the playoffs. So if you play, there's a precedent, especially in New York, of no excuses. As bad as Randle's 2020 playoff performance was this time around, he averaged even worse in points, rebounds, assists, and three-point shooting. But he also shot better from the field in every metric but the perimeter. The main thing for me is I don't have any memories from this playoff series of Randle where he had a key defensive play or shut down an opposing player. Randle was hobbled, and that should affect his numbers, but it didn't affect his effort. And I think that's an issue.
Yeah, there's a difference between talking about the production offensively and the effort defensively, and that is something definitely to be noted when you talk about Randle and the playoff performance that we saw in 2023. Now, Randle, he was named All-NBA and was an All-Star for the second time with the Knicks this past season. There's been a lot of talk amongst Knicks fans, particularly on Twitter, following the playoffs about whether or not the forward should be a part of the future. Do you think Randle should be on the Knicks roster for the 2023-2024 season?
You know, I'm not typically known to quote billionaires, but to his credit, man, Warren Buffett said it best: buy low, sell high. After his second All-NBA and All-Star season, Randle's worth as a player and an asset is at an all-time high. And I think a decision must be made this summer between Randle and Obi Toppin. They cannot repeat their roles going to next season. I think it's an impasse. And Toppin was drafted to start, not be a spot-up shooter in the corner. This team must consolidate the power forward position and make a decision on which forward to trade this summer. Me personally, I advocate for trading Randle, mainly because his value is higher, but only if the price is right. You don't sell low on an All-NBA player. Unfortunately for us and the Knicks, Leon Rose so far has shown he has a different discernment. I think we're in good hands.
All right, we'll see what the Knicks do, because there'll be a lot of questions about what they're going to do to improve their roster this offseason, Lee, with or without Randle. So in terms of the Knicks making moves this summer, with so much being up in the air, how important is it to the team that Randle got this surgery now in June, where there's some time before they have to start making some moves or not making moves?
Yeah, I agree. It's pivotal because it removes a fog of uncertainty. A successful surgery and recovery timeline, which has been given to us by the team, eliminates any doubt about his readiness for next season. But it doesn't change our biggest need, which is spacing, especially in the starting front court between Randle and Mitchell Robinson. I've heard a lot of names thrown around, like Miles Turner, Karl-Anthony Towns, even a Kristaps Porzingis reunion. But it's important to note that in any Randle swap for another big, there's still questions that remain. Is Toppin still ready to lay to the bench? If Mitchell Robinson okay with moving to the bench after being a starter for so long? Between the power forward and center positions, we have to add shooting. It's a must. The playoffs showed us one certainty is we must pivot from building around Julius Randle to building around Jalen Brunson, our burgeoning superstar. And the best way to do that is by adding spacing up front to make Brunson's driving lanes easier to have and easier to use. If you think about the last 20 years of Knicks fandom, it's a pretty good problem that we have right now.
Spacing, spacing, spacing. That's what Lee wants to see the team add this summer. That is Lee Escobedo, one of the hosts of the Nick of Time show. Go check them out. Lee, always good to talk some Knicks basketball with you, even during the offseason. We did it a bunch during the regular season. Now we get to do it during the offseason. We'll talk again soon. Thank you, my friend.
Peace and blessings to you, Dexter. Thank you.
Thanks, man.